This is the 2019 MG6 by Morris Garages. Is it British? Is it Chinese? You decide. But at 1.1 million pesos, the price of a top-of-the-line vios, it is definitely good value. Let me show you why. MG or Morris Garages was a British company founded in the 1920s and was bought by the Nanjing Group, a Chinese company, back in 2008. They just arrived at our shores back in 2015. There's been plenty of debate on whether the brand is still British or if it's now Chinese. While you may or may not agree that the brand is British, it definitely has British pedigree, dating back all the way to the 1920s. There's the MG 1428, there's the MGB sports car, there's the MGF Roadster, there's the MGA Roadster. While these names may not seem very memorable, the cars definitely were to enthusiasts. Anyway, a lot of big name manufacturers have gone international, but most people still consider Rolls-Royce British, even if it's now owned by the Germans. Anyway, enough about the brand, let's talk about the car. Viewed from the front, the MG6 almost looks like a Mazda 6, except the grille has a very interesting looking web-like pattern on it. It has a front lip made of aluminum. It has daytime running lights. Viewed from the back, it almost looks like a Mercedes. The car has a pretty sleek and sporty profile. The roofline slopes towards the back, and it has a long hood. The chrome garnish around the window gives it a more sophisticated look. The car comes standard with 18-inch wheels. Overall, it's a pretty handsome looking car. When it pulled up next to us for the test drive, it looked like a relatively expensive vehicle. Definitely more expensive looking than an Altis. The MG6 is powered by a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine, which produces 169 horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque. To put that into perspective, the Vios produces 98 horsepower, the Altis produces 120, and the Civic 1.8S produces 139. This is the most powerful 4-door sedan that you can buy at the price locally, at least if you're buying brand new. The engine is coupled to a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox. This is not the kind of gearbox that you usually get in cheaper vehicles. It usually comes with more expensive high-performance cars. The MG6 may actually be the only car in this price range with a dual clutch gearbox. For people who are shopping at this price range and consider performance very important, the MG6 may be your best choice. The interior looks and feels premium. It has leather seats with aggressive bolstering. The driver's seat is power adjustable. The steering wheel is covered in leather. The MG logo is emblazoned at the center. It has nicely contoured grips at the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock positions. It has aluminum accents and a flat bottom. It has an 8-inch infotainment screen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The compartments are dampened. Over here is a 12-volt outlet and a USB port. The vehicle has a 7-speed dual clutch with paddle shifters. It has dual zone climate control. The dashboard is covered in leather. The top is hard plastic. The door sidings are also covered in stitched leather. The seats have relatively aggressive bolstering. Over here are 2 cup holders. It has an electronic parking brake with auto hold. There's an air vent inside the armrest compartment for cooling your drinks. It has power folding side mirrors. It is just as roomy in the back. Legroom is good. Headroom is decent. The car has a sunroof. The center armrest has 2 cup holders. The rear passengers will get 2 air vents.
Ilang years na kayo sa Philippines?
We started since 2015. Kaso hindi kami nag-market pa. Kasi pinag-aralan namin kung ano yung mga kahinaan pa ng mga dealer. So, ang ginawa nila, bumili sila mga unit sa ibang mga brand. Toyota. Yung mga Toyota, sir. Toyota, problema rin sila sa after sales. Pangalawa, ang mamahal din ng presyo nila. Change oil na lang pag-usapan natin, sir. Toyota Vios 9,000 ang change oil. Sa atin sa MG ZS niya nasa 5,037 lang. Ang laki ng diferensya.
So sa parts mas mura yung MG?
Ay, sobra. Lagi kaming ahead ng kumbaga mura ng 3,000, mura ng 2,000, may 4,000 pa kami na may parts sila na may 4,000 kami na mura sa kanila eh.
Pero yung availability ng parts?
Wala problema sir kasi malapit lang ang pinagkukunan natin yan. Actually ang nagiging ano pa nga namin eh, mas marami pa yung spare parts namin kasi sa mga unit. Kasi 2016 pa na nag-impact na kami. Impact na kami yung mga ganun. Na kumbaga, yung mga possible na lumabas na unit dito sa Philippines. Kasi sa iba lumabas na yun eh. Kasi dito sabi 2019. Nag-impact na sila 2018. Start na sila nung hanggang ngayon. Kaya walang problema.
The MG6 rides like a more expensive car. The car feels solidly built. Sound insulation and ride quality are pretty good. Steering is light, but it has enough weight to it. According to MG, the MG6 can do 0 to 100 kph in 7 seconds, which is actually pretty fast for a car at this price. There's a bit of turbo lag, but that's to be expected from a turbo car. The dual clutch gearbox is pretty responsive. The vehicle has 6 airbags, it has a rear view camera, also it's a fastback, so cargo space is very plentiful. I was very impressed by the MG6, but that was mostly because my expectations were very low. I was expecting a cheap Chinese knockoff, but what I saw was a car that gives the competition a good run for its money, in terms of performance, and maybe in terms of quality as well. The main concern of most potential buyers would be the longevity of the vehicle. Neither the Chinese nor the British have the reputation for making reliable vehicles, but according to the sales representative, their parts are cheaper than Toyota's and are very readily available. The MG6 will also come with a 5-year warranty. If you're looking for a sedan with good looks, good performance, and excellent value, I think the MG6 is at least worth a look.